Caring for someone with dementia is one of the toughest journeys, but you don't have to do it alone. I'm Allison Schreier, and my experience caring for my husband inspired me to create Zinnia, a therapeutic streaming service designed to support people living with dementia and reduce caregiver stress. Our research-backed videos are engaging, easy to follow, and they help ease the daily challenges like agitation and anxiety so that you can focus on connection and joy. Available by subscription on mobile and TV apps, Zinnia makes every day a little bit easier. Go to zinniatv.com and sign up for a free trial today. Use the code RESOURCE for 15% off an annual Zinnia subscription.
Welcome back to the History of the Papacy podcast, a podcast about the popes of Rome and Christian Church. Prepare yourself to step behind the ropes and leave the official tour of the story of the popes and Christianity. I am your host, Steve Guerra, and I thank you for joining me on this journey. Hey, welcome back to the History of the Papacy podcast. It's Steve here again. I know it's been a while, longer than I ever intended, and for that, I want to start with a huge apology. I truly appreciate each and every one of you who have stuck around, listened to past episodes, and reached out during this time. So many of you have reached out, and it has helped tremendously. Your support has helped make the podcast better and honestly kept me buoyed during some really rough and unexpected bumps in the road in my non-podcasting life. The break was unexpected, but necessary. Life threw a few curveballs my way, you might say. Personal matters, big changes at work, and launching some new business ventures. But now I'm happy to say that the History of the Papacy podcast is back, and it's my primary podcasting focus moving forward. I've pretty much wrapped up Beyond the Big Screen, but there is still tons of great content in that podcast for your enjoyment, and we still may come out with a new episode here and there. But the History of the Papacy is really, truly my main focus. So what does that mean? First, more episodes. I have some great topics lined up, including a deep dive into the history of the papacy and the Catholic Church in the Americas, and specifically the United States. We'll go from the earliest Spanish and French missions to the role of Catholicism in shaping American history. There's so much to explore. We'll also continue to examine the controversies, forgotten stories, and major figures who influenced the church's global presence, if you will. But I need your input and your feedback and your thoughts. What aspects of Christian, Catholic, and papal history interest you the most? Are there specific events, figures you'd like to hear about? Let me know. I'd love to shape and mold the podcast with your feedback. And before I go, I have one big ask, as they say today. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. Even if you primarily listen on your podcast app or podcatcher, subscribing on YouTube helps the show grow tremendously and reach more of an audience. My channel is A2Z History Page. You can just type in www.youtube.com/@ the @ symbol, A2Z History Page, and it'll bring you right there. Or if you type in all of A2Z History Page, it'll get you there. And that has great content for you, including the History of the Papacy in 10 minutes, which are short documentary style videos, giving quick, engaging overviews of some important and fun topics in papal history. We also on there, I put out, you can subscribe to the podcast and listen on YouTube podcasts. You can watch shorts, and I put in quick historical little fun fact shorts all the time. And then what's great about YouTube and some of the other podcatchers, but I'm most familiar with YouTube, is curated playlists where you can where I've organized collections of episodes and videos by topic so you can easily deep dive into specific areas of papal history. You can also subscribe to Beyond the Big Screen podcast. They're my other podcast where we discuss history, culture, art, literature through the lens of movies, books, and pop culture. There's so much great content, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. If you'd like to support the show and help it keep going through further means, consider becoming a patron on patreon.com/history of the papacy, or just buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/history of the papacy. Your support makes it possible for me to keep creating this content and connecting with you. It's a two-way street here. I love it, and I hope it keeps going for a long, long time. Every way you support the show is highly, highly appreciated. So thank you for your patience and all of your support, and I can't wait to dive back in with new episodes. Stay tuned, and with that, I hope to see you on our next stop in papal and church history.
Caring for someone with dementia is one of the toughest journeys, but you don't have to do it alone. I'm Allison Schreier, and my experience caring for my husband inspired me to create Zinnia, a therapeutic streaming service designed to support people living with dementia and reduce caregiver stress. Zinnia offers research-backed videos intentionally created for people with dementia, engaging, calming, and easy to follow. Whether you need to ease agitation, create moments of joy, or make daily routines smoother, Zinnia is here to help. Family and professional caregivers use our content to turn challenges into opportunities for connection. Accessible by subscription on mobile devices and connected TVs, Zinnia is simple to use whenever you need it. Because when caregiving feels easier, life feels better. Go to zinniatv.com and sign up for a free trial today. Use the code RESOURCE for 15% off an annual Zinnia subscription.
The Historical Jesus Podcast is the sweeping saga of the life and times of Galilean Jesus of Nazareth, as well as the faith, religion, and church founded to honor and disseminate his acts and teachings. Join me, Mark Vinette, on this fascinating journey through time, exploring the many great works of Christian theology, literature, architecture, music, and art inspired by the words and deeds of Jesus Christ.